And welcome back to Berlin for Game 2 between Vitality and H2K. You're in Caster Vision because I'm still joined by Deficio as we're getting ready for picks and bans. Deficio, how are you feeling on selfie cam?
I think it's kind of lame, but I'll take it. I'm feeling good.
I've never been a cameraman before.
I'm kind of shaking as well.
Like, I know, dude, this is so much heavier than it looks. Anyways, I'm going to put the toys down. I can hear production laughing in my ears. On stage, Vitality and H2K are getting themselves set up. H2K picked blue side for Game 2. Deficio, I heard it was going to be a 2-0 today, and that both of the series are going to be 2-0. So Vitality 2-0, right?
Yeah, of course. Right? Yeah, of course. Like, why would you even ask that question? That's what everyone predicted. Especially Jankos right there. He said it himself.
That's a very serious look from Jankos on stage.
I think he did his job on the Kazakhs. I think composition-wise, it was really hard for H2K to play. We talked about almost too much in-game, like no hard engage, losing lanes. Really hard to actually force anything.
No room for error.
I mean, just no room to do anything, I think is kind of the problem. And it's something we have seen before, but not really from H2K often. Like, think back to like the Elements days where they would draft like these full disengaged compositions, and
they
you just
were dark times.
You would just fall asleep because nothing would happen. And H2K kind of tried the same here.
Hey, there was a time when Vitality and Rocket last year did similar things, where 40-minute games, 50-minute games,
50,
not a lot
60.
happening.
Yeah.
Now Vitality, clean.
See, he's happy.
Clean start. I feel like their map movement and their map pressure was good. They finished the game in 35 minutes.
I agree, they played well.
You have to praise that.
Yeah, there was one mistake they made in forcing that team fight.
Yeah.
And then obviously H2K got caught a few times. But apart from that, they played extremely well, especially Nukeduck. Again, fantastic game on the rise. And that's what we want to see more of. Vitality are going to be red side, smart by H2K to say, you know what? You're going to have to ban Camille, LeBlanc, and all that garbage. And then we can instead actually draft like a real composition.
So what does H2K then decide to ban? They have the ability to target, maybe removing Jace, maybe some of the support picks. What else?
I think, remove Jace and probably actually remove Malzahar. Not because you're too afraid of H2K, but just the pick in itself is something Vitality uses all the time.
Yeah.
And you want to get this Kazakh's first pick down for Jankos. It's super impactful. And then I want to see the Jhin or the Varus or the Ashe. Because last game, they had the chance to pick Jhin. They didn't. They picked Shen instead, banned 2 top laners, and then Jhin was gone, obviously. And they had to play Ezreal down the bot lane and would just lose the lane no matter what. So really, some questions there.
Yeah.
I want to see Che and Nuclear get a proper lane.
The one thing I do like about Best of 3 is the fact that if H2K wanted to take a risk, go for this type of composition, Game 1's the time to do it.
Fair.
You have the opportunity to bounce back.
Don't you normally want to be 1-0 and then take the risk?
Well, you can play it safe that way. Either way.
All right.
Now the test is Game 2, right? What do H2K do? They're on the preferable side on blue. If H2K can pick this up, it means Vitality gets side choice in the next game. And of course, for H2K and Prolly, they do not want to end this first half of the group stage with 2 wins and 2 losses.
No, of course not. If you're H2K, you are fighting for that first place. Unicorns of Love are sitting there right now with the 4-0 record. This pick and ban phase, Ryze I think is smart as well. I actually think like a lot of good blue side bans are like Ivern, Ryze, Jace, Zyra or Malzahar if you want to aim for the support pool. But honestly, I'd ban away Ivern from Joko as well, just because Ivern is so annoying. He's even better on 7.2 after some changes to the jungle, where you don't need to leash for him, so obviously that's very effective. And just because Joko has struggled with champions, if you can first pick Kazakhs and remove his Ivern, like they're doing now, Joko might have to default to Olaf again.
All right, default to Olaf. It's something that has been played 3 times already by Joko. He had an incredibly good start to both of his games last week. 1 game on Kazakhs, 1 game on Olaf. Vitality sticking with the standards. There's no real surprises here. So we're setting ourselves up. Let me rephrase that. H2K are setting themselves up for a Kazakhs first pick.
Kazakhs first pick, unless they don't think Joko wants to play it, and they first pick something like Jace. Which is a flex pick. Smep was first picking it earlier in the LCK, like yesterday, because most of the tanks who are good against Jace, some of them, due to Curse of the Colossus being nerfed have been, taken down a little bit. They're still very good, but not as strong.
Taking down a small notch. We'll get a better insight. Jace is available, Kha'Zix is available, so again, H2K can go either direction.
Yeah, and you know that Vitality will play Jace. Nukeduck likes it, Caposhot likes it, so if H2K does not first pick it, then Vitality will grab it. And that's why, again, the Kha'Zix can be the bait here. If you then go Jace first pick as H2K now, and say, Joko, do you want the Kha'Zix or not? If he doesn't pick it, you get an insane first rotation, or first phase from H2K.
Even if Joko does go Kha'Zix, Jankos could just run that Lee Sin into it.
Sure.
Yes, he ended up losing that game last week in Game 3 against UOL, but he was 3-0-1, I think, by 10 or 12 minutes. He had a phenomenal performance. All of that
safe.
Theorizing goes out the window, though, and it's the safe jungle pick.
Yeah, well, we talked about Vitality, then most likely opting into the Jace right here as that flex choice. Malzahar is still available, Hachani's preferred pick. He was fine taking it even against Zyra in the last game. And then also Jhin Varus. Like Varus on red side, great. Can go for Varus and like Jace here. Would be a very standard combo from Vitality.
So much poke.
Yeah, you get a ton of poke. You can even go Corki later then and have Corki Jace Varus as a comp. Which has like insane poke, but obviously no frontline.
What do you combine for frontline? I mean, Poppy's still up, Maokai's still up, but like, you don't really want them, right?
No, you needed the Ivern then.
Yes.
You needed the Ivern that is banned. But hey, prediction so far, pretty good with the Jace pick. We knew that was going to be taken by Vitality.
Theorize, knowing that Ivan's banned and there's the potential to squeeze some of those top lane options.
I just give me Jhin Zyra here,
okay,
and I'm happy. Yes, Nuclear likes his Ashe, but I think Jhin is just better with lethality at the moment. And Jin's ulti also works well against these long-range compositions. So I would love Jhin Zyra to come in from H2K, and then Vitality has to kind of respond against the jungle pick.
Jhin Rumble?
All right, very early show Rumble.
I mean, it's Odo's Rumble. It also...
But so most top laners...
Does Cabo want to run Jace into Rumble?
Yes, most top laners really like that. Like, they really like running Jace against Rumble, but clearly Odo Amne wants to play that matchup because there's such a high chance that Capuchat grabs the Jace. Give me your AD carry here, H2K. Do not just let them ban out AD carries again. All right, they're sacrificing Nuclear second time around.
Sacrificing Nuclear again from H2K. I feel like that's something I have heard already this split. Maybe not the focus every game. And no surprise, we're going to get that Olaf for Joko with obviously Rengar, Ivern off the table.
Does mean, again, they don't value the support here. If you're H2K, you can ban out Zyra to remove that from Hachani. Jhin is obviously a no-brainer here. Vitality will most likely also ban Ashe and just say, yeah, you know what, Nuclear? You can play Caitlyn then, but we're not going to let you get anything else. We're not going to get you any of the top picks in the AD carry position. That might be what H2K is aiming for. But then again, if you're H2K now, to Tahm Kench, do they not think Hachani plays a proper Zyra, and they're fine leaving it open?
If there were a gamble to take on a member of Vitality, that would be the player that you would risk that on, right?
I agree. So far, Hachani has not played Zyra at all. He's played Bard, Nami, Tahm Kench, and Malzahar. So I can definitely understand where H2K is coming from with this draft.
All right, one last ban on phase 2 here for H2K. With the Ashe and the Jhin taken off the table, Nuclear could fall back to that. Ezreal could go for the Caitlyn. It's Katarina removed as well with not a huge amount of CC outside of Malzahar on H2K's side.
Most likely means H2K wants to blind pick Syndra or Corki when they get their choice. And to say, yeah, we don't want like a last pick Katarina that can be super annoying to deal with. Because again, Jace is going top lane is what we should expect. So that means we need a blind pick for mid, unless they value, or from H2K side, while Vitality can then last pick for Nuke Duck.
Right, quite like the Lulu lock in there. A little bit of survivability speed up for that Olaf as well. Some kiting for that poke as well.
Most importantly, you one-shot the Voidlings. So it is that counter pick we've seen in Europe quite a few times against Malzahar. It is traditionally very effective.
Still leaves the question, where does Jace go, top or mid? We assume it's going to be top lane for Cabo.
I'm going to assume top. Again, I think H2K, again, looking at Syndra as a very standard choice here. Because then even if Jace goes mid lane, Syndra can do more than fine there. Corki was the other one we mentioned. That's also like the safe one.
You know, looking at these team comps, it feels like whichever team gets ahead early is going to have the damage and the tools to stay ahead. Assuming they play well. There's so much damage and
no front
range,
lines.
and you get caught, you die. That's it. There's no margin for error here.
No, it should be a really high kill game. This one, oh, Nuke Duck. What have you saved for us in the end? Like, there are 5 squishies on H2K.
Yay!
That means Zed suddenly has a place, because every single member can die to a Zed. It's the tanks who are really good against Zed. It's things that can like block him from dealing damage. Think like Tahm Kench. But 5 squishies with no real defensive tools to keep them alive. It's like a dream for a Z player to look at.
Hey, and Deficio, you called it. The year of Nuke Duck. Can he show up on this Z matchup? Where yesterday, Caps was unable to do so.
It's the same thing again now for H2K, where Vitality after 2 winning side lanes. Zed will win the split push, and Jace will win the split push. And H2K are not running like hard engage, other than a flash ulti from Che. That is really the key way for them to like guarantee a fight is started.
Yeah.
They do have way more poke, which is something. Poke into like a rumble ulti, and then you start a fight. But once again, if they start falling behind early, start losing some of these side lanes, the Zed will be unstoppable.
Well, both of these teams have a lot of poke, have a lot of pressure. Pretty good wave clear at multiple stages of the game as well. So now we get to see who hits harder, right? Who uses their resources more effectively. In the previous game, it was all about Vitality. They built themselves up an advantage.
You guys get to see our new graphic.
Who's behind square number 1?
Oh, open it. Oh, it's Vitality.
There we go. Vitality 1-0 up. Looking to take down H2K. Looking to surprise a whole lot of people.
I think probably has surprised a lot of people today in the pick and ban phase.
Including yourself, Deficio. I can hear it in your voice.
No, 100%, 100%.
We'll have to see if H2K have bounced back effectively or not. They, of course, are on the blue side. Odoamne's got his Rumble. Choco's got his Olaf. There's a lot of sort of comfortable picks here on both sides of the rift.
Yes, but Odoamne is picking Rumble against Jace on purpose. He knew it was going to be Jace top. As soon as he picked the Rumble, he knew it was going to be Jace top. And Odo is a player who always have like very strong opinions about how certain matchups are being played out. Oftentimes, there's the general opinion that this champion does well against that champion, and then Odoamne is more like, no. If I play like this and this and this matchup can actually go in my favor. So I want to see how he plays it out. We know Hexdrinker is going to be super effective for Jace. We know the split push is very strong. Typically, when you play these squishy top laners as well, you need the jungler around them. So there's a high chance we see a lot of jungle focus mid lane and top lane, because Vitality especially have a lot of snowball potential.
Oh yes, especially when you look at the matchups. Cabo's so comfortable into that Rumble Jace, his champion of choice, of course. Taking a look at the jungle starts, red buff start there for Jankos. Double exhausts on the side of H2K. Only single for Vitality. That's going to be very important once the game plays out. And once again, weather report says thunderstorms are brewing.
Definitely.
Thunderlords on the map. Joko was an early invade, and that looks like a potential 3-buff start if Vitality can defend their blue.
Right, we have to see Jankos' unusual start on the Kha'Zix. This is a start that does put him around the top side when he's done most of his clear after he's stolen away this blue buff, because he's starting bot lane without a leash. Normally you have the top laner helping you, and Joko very early as well on the top side. So both junglers starting a little bit untraditional. Hachani will know something is happening in here. Jankos has no smite.
Oh, so much damage though. Flash over from Shay. Not going to be able to get any damage. Flash forward, first blood for the king.
I don't know, Hachani, man. Jesus. Sure. It's almost like he's not even trying. Like he walks in, he's half HP. Jankos is like, I'm level 2, you're level 1. I'm just gonna jump and kill you, and he does. Like, so not only did Jankos get the blue buff, he also got first blood, which is great. I really don't know what to say.
Yep, it is just Hachani special.
Because like at least then flash when he jumps you, so you don't take the damage from the jump and like try and run away, but no, fair.
Okay, so we've seen Jankos once again gifted that first blood by Hachani walking in. I want to go back to Joko on this Olaf. This is now the 4th time that we've seen him play this champion. And, you know, by his own admission, struggling a little bit with some of the meta picks. He looked pretty good on Ivern in game 1. But this is far and away his favorite champion this split.
Yeah, and he loves to gank top lane as well. Especially when Carbashot is on the carries. We talked about the jungle focus on the top side. And 100% kill participation
until this game. Until this game. Because, of course, H2K got that first blood.
Stat is ruined.
So,
take it down. Here's the gank, though, Trevor.
All right, ghosting up. Remember, it scales on 7.2. flash away.
Yeah, it feels so lame now when you use it instantly. Because you're just like, I am so fast. Never mind. I need time. It's a weird way to use Ghost because normally you want to sprint instantly. You don't want to like have to.
It builds up
speed.
momentum. You know, builds up momentum.
Really is a bit of a letdown. We'll have the Whimsy later though.
But yeah, going to have additional speeds to play with. And for Joko, a couple of minutes before he can go up to that top lane and put some more pressure on Odo.
Yeah, and Joko is a bit behind against his counterpart, but not because of him. Like, not in levels, but just in terms of gold, because Jankos got that very easy first spot. You really couldn't ask for a better start as a Kha'Zix.
No.
You get your double buff, and yeah, take a first spot as well.
The damage onto Hachani. Nuclear's spread out those Yordle snap traps, so got to be careful for the Vitality bot lane.
And one thing I've noticed a lot with Steelback Hachani, and it's something you guys should also look for, is how they never trade together. It's one guy steps forward, the other guy steps back. Like this situation where Hachani just took a ton of damage, Steelback had already stepped back. He was not ready to auto-trade. Because always when you trade in the bottom lane, like unless you are so strong you can win the 1v1 trades very easily, you want to trade two members together. Lulu autos while you shield your AD carry and they both hit the same target. When one guy only hits and the other guy steps away, you lose the trade. Like this, again. So it's really inefficient.
But it's a bait. It's a bait. Flash is not available for Che. He seems to be the target. The snap trap, though, turns around into Joko.
Oh, he missed the Q. That was a kill. That was a kill, Nuclear. All right, no one in bot lane wants to do anything but miss skill shots and die.
Well, nobody died yet, but they'll die soon.
Soon. Jankos, he's sneaking around. Is he
Isolated
gonna smell Joko?
damage. Leap over.
Jump, flash. Yeah, he has no flash.
The two of us so badly.
You suck, Jankos. Where's your flash?
It would have been insane if that
had
happened.
flash, yeah.
If he'd hit the Scryer's Bloom, got some vision, but then Joko would have been able to waddle his way to safety, I feel.
Most likely. Jankos, he's okay though. He's gonna take two camps because Joko obviously got very low bot lane. And they call that Olaf is low, he's probably gonna recall. Either you're gonna find him on Grump, which is why Jankos just jumps in, because then he's gonna find an Olaf on like no HP. That's a kill. Or Olaf is recalled because he's so low and Jankos gets two free camps. So it's like a win-win situation for the Kha'Zix.
Low risk, high reward, and Jankos gets away. Continuing to advance that gold lead, it's around 500 for the moment. And Hachani and Steelback, they're being burnt down very low. The Malefic Visions burning away. We've not really touched on mid lane yet. Tafisho at 6 minutes in. Febiven now level 6 against NukeDuck level 6. That Serrated Dirk picked up. And I want to see now how NukeDuck plays this matchup, because yesterday it was actually a roam from Corki that allowed an early kill to be picked up when Fnatic was playing.
Yeah, it's hard for NukeDuck to actually pick up like a kill here, mainly due to exhaust. But also, Corki is really good at just kind of sitting back, clearing the wave, and then when you try and engage, Valk away.
Yeah.
It's like very easy to just Valk away. So as long as Febiven has mana and has his exhaust ready, NukeDuck is just going to try and farm. And then he's going to try and look for kills elsewhere. That's the thing about Zed, like he's level 6. It's not that insane in terms of his all-in. Often you pair up with the jungler or your top laner, and you pick up like 1 or 2 kills in a skirmish because he's still very strong there. And that's how you kind of start snowballing.
A little bit of a non-traditional pairing this time around, right? Because NukeDuck's going to be relying on Cabo to hit some poke on that Jace before he looks to go in for the kill. Or really needs Joko to pick a good engage and ghost forward, slowly running all the way in.
NukeDuck, if he can avoid joining a teamfight at any point in this game, he'll take that.
Yeah.
Like, he's going to sit in one side lane, it's Cabo Shot in the other side lane, and then it's Vitality just putting pressure on both. And that's like the way they want to win this game. And that's always the thing. 1-3-1, great when you're ahead, like fantastic. Disgustingly bad when you're behind, because you're like, I can't push out bot lane because my top lane is getting pushed in, my mid lane is getting pushed in, I can't team fight, like it gets hard.
Tafisho, please explain to me, how afraid is Steelback this game? First item QSS with the Dorans and a longsword.
He's done that before.
I'll say I've not seen that in a while.
The last time I saw it was Steelback who did it, funny enough. I think it was week 1. Gank mid lane first, Trevor.
Leap forward.
Man.
See, I didn't get excited for that one.
You're so smart.
It was so slow.
Yeah. No
was
CC gang with Kazik, just like...
Kazik's Corki into a flash living shadow available Zed. It's like, well, there's a lot of options to run away from this one.
We might have to discuss your role, Trevor, because I'm pretty sure your job is to start yelling when something could happen.
Could happen, right? But I'm not going to overhype. I don't want to misrepresent the game to the fans. You know?
You do it for the fans.
They don't
You're
need
a nice guy.
unnecessary hype.
No. What about now? Ah, they saw him bot lane.
No, because it's a QSS and double flashes. I'm going to get excited later.
Man,
Deficio, you are the most boring caster. You never get excited, so you can't be schooling me on this.
See, I agreed 2 years ago. No one in the crowd should agree with that.
Yeah, there was like a few chuckles, but most people were like, ooh,
yeah,
wow,
most people were like,
don't go in, dude. Don't go in on that one.
Do not say something like that. I agreed 2 years ago, but there's been moments.
There have been.
You know, where I've been screaming a little bit here and there. But I saved them for the very important moments, Trev. Like the one time you hit me.
Vitality hit H2K in game 1, which allowed them to win. They've got a very different scenario this time around. Down 1,000 gold.
You're spotted, Yankers.
All right.
Here's a package.
Special delivery, special delivery. Bebevin's looking for an opportunity. The focus is the tower, though. This just seems to be a reverse of game number 1. Death Mark, that brings Nukeduck super far away. Exhaust goes down, that saves Nukeduck's life. The Ignite is burning, but no death.
Again, Nukeduck. Not strong enough yet to pick up the kill. You really want to get ranks in that ulti, because so much stronger later. But yeah, we're close. Yankers could use of the stealth there to stop Nukeduck from getting an additional auto attack down. I like the setup though from H2K. You got the package, you send it to the bottom lane, try and create a dive, but everyone is spotted by wards, like all the time. Both junglers have been spotted like 24/7.
Yeah, no surprises coming in from either. Except Yankos, he was surprised for first blood because Sajani just walked in and gave it away. But different type of surprise. All right, Yanko's going to be sniffing around on the bottom. A teleport's available. Another lane that we've not touched on yet is this Odo Wamne Cabo, because even though Odo gave up his flash early, Joko just didn't find another opportunity, and it's an even farm lane for now.
Yeah, Odo's actually been able to kind of shove it in very often. Kabashak going for Hexdrinker first, no surprise. Then Arm Guard Rush from Odo. Again, no surprise either. You go Armor and MR. And Odo's not been under any threat, but I think it comes later in the game. That's where Rumble becomes the much stronger team fighter, and Jace becomes a much stronger split pusher in that regard. Nukeduck taking a lot of damage because he used ulti. That's kind of all Zed offers right now, unless you get a gank.
Valkyrie away. Another undertow comes down. Reckless swing, flash defensive. Febivid's going low. Vitality get the kill.
Oh, nice gank by Joko and Febi. Getting caught out. Bot lane. Surprise, surprise, you lose tower with your QSS rush. You have 0 damage. The enemy AD carry literally doesn't care about you. And also, again, had Chinese steal back. Not really laning together. Let's see. Oh, the first axe hitting. Almost unlucky by Febiven that he just gets to dodge out of that one. So he just gets slowed down. Does end up costing him his life. Could also then say Joko did a great job aiming the axe, so it actually would still attack.
See, when you land the skill shots, you get the kills.
That's the thing.
Nuclear was unable to do in that 2v2 trade, but plus 25 CS. Yankos has got a flash available and leap. Yankos turns damage onto Nukeduck. Instant death mark comes down, returns away. Oh!
Ow. Oh, God.
Yankos survives by the skin of his teeth.
Oh, man. That was close.
Everybody clinched.
Yeah.
Everybody
came
clinched.
like out of nowhere. But still, this QSS virus doing absolutely nothing, losing lane with the Lulu. That's a bot tower down. That means H2K now can push out bot again with the Caitlyn. Then say, do you want Cloud Drake? Maybe. If we don't want it, let's swap top lane. Take top tower instead. Jace can't wave play against that properly, against both Malzahar and Caitlyn, because remember, every other member on Vitality are without QSS.
Yes.
So Jay can very easily lock down anyone and actually kill them, except for the Olaf.
Right, except for the Olaf, under Wamne.
Oh, the 1v1!
Danger zone, he's overheating! Cabo puts a hammer down to the skies! Odo can't get the equalizer out because he's overheating, but it's just turned off! Where's the equalizer? Holding on to it. That cuts off Cabo's retreat. Here comes Yankos, who's going to take the tower. 1, 2 shots for Odo. The shield blocks the third, and Yankos gets the kill.
So cross map means my Vitality are looking bottom lane. But they're not doing anything, because Steelback is still clearing the wave.
They're just sightseeing.
They were just checking. It was a Cloud Drake. They said, no thank you. AD carry wants farm, and Vitality are suddenly very far behind.
All right, 2,000 gold. H2K looking to put damage on their second tower. Yankos has got both of the kills for H2K. And actually, it looks like Cabo instantly going to teleport up, try to get some of this CS and experience. Does Odo reply, or does he hold on to his TP? I feel like
you hold
on to it.
Yeah, because you put it all the way into enemy tower. You don't need to TP back to lane here. Keep it. You now have full control on bottom side, because you have TP advantage. Your bot lane is already stronger, because this other guy has decided to go with this QSS item here that, yes, I understand, you can use it against the Malza ulti, but you have Lulu there to save you with her shield, her ulti, Whimsy on the Malzahar. Like, there are tools, that's why you pick the Lulu, to kind of save the AD carry.
Again, the champion mechanics, but you also have to trust the player to make it work too. And the two of them are just not on the same page. We discussed this in the laning phase.
Yeah, you're right, you're right. Yes, Trevor, you win.
I'm just being overly negative here. But unfortunately, it is, or it could be, part of the reason.
I accept my role in the relationship, and I just say, yes, Trevor.
Thank you, Deficio.
You are correct.
Deficio.
Yes, Trevor.
Is this the performance we were expecting out of H2K?
Yes, Trevor.
Thank you, Deficio. H2K now, a little bit of trouble. Chain of Corruption connects onto Odo. He blocks some of it with the W before he gets away. And here comes Joko with the slow run on the Ghost. It doesn't look very powerful.
It really does
but
not.
It is fun. It is fun to watch.
And if Vitality keep falling behind, their composition will not look very powerful either, because you need to win the split push war. And right now, Odamne is staying even against the Jace. There's a TP advantage for H2K, and we've seen Febby just kind of hold his own against Nukeduck. Twice the Zed has been very close, getting Yankos down.
Fair. This isn't fair. This isn't fair. It's in his own jungle. Equalizer. That's going to be the flash from Hachani. Yankos looking for the Void Assault. Gets caught out by the Glitzer Lance, and Hachani escapes with his life.
All right, let's see where H2K does send the members. Rumble should be going bot lane and catching that wave while you then play on top side. Vitality really does not want to play 2v2 lane, because again, they have no teleport, so they will always lose. Like, guaranteed lose. One, you're weak at 2v2, and 3, 4, 5 members of H2K can join. Package from Corki, TP from Rumble. Vitality has no way of actually getting a tower down right now, other than Capo Shot. And that's why they're trying to put up this bot lane here. Trevor, check this out. They're gonna try and trap Odo Amne. 2 members being sent down. This is it for Vitality. This is the way back in the game.
But how many more times do they need to do
Odo's
this?
too smart. He just put a ward down.
Vitality stood on top of a ward, so Odo's not going to give up the kill. But Vitality get the tower. That is very crucial. Deficio jumping middle. Oh, that's a flash engage from Che. The passive even helps under the tower, and one more rockets!
Really nothing they can do to defend the turret. Hachani is trying his best. He's just trying his best, Trevor. He's really trying. Mid lane, also bot lane, I actually like the setup from Vitality to try and trade it. But Odo Amne placing that ward needs to be praised. Very smart play. They call the mid lane moving. Places ward, doesn't get dove. It's small things, because most of the time people walk in and die.
Yeah.
He did not. And we gotta praise that.
Yeah, we absolutely do. And Odo Amne, 3 games played on this Rumble. Currently undefeated, 3-0. And just showing really good mastery of the champion. Definitely my favorite Rumble of 2017 in Europe. Preferred in the top lane, not the jungle, personally.
It was pretty impactful.
It was
impactful.
I think Odo's impact from the top lane is more impressive to watch.
I'm just saying, don't hate on the unicorns.
Just personal preference, man.
All right.
I can have a favorite, Rumble player.
It's fine.
Far, it's Odo.
All right, I agree.
Thank you.
Like,
yes, Trevor's what I'm looking for.
Yes, Trevor, yes. Odo Amne is great.
Right, how do Vitality bounce back to Fisher? You touched on the Death Bush, you touched on the tower, but like the gold lead is growing, they're giving away kills, they're giving away control.
And it's always that really like annoying question, because you want to like say, hey, big outplay from Nukeduck in the side lane, and then suddenly they're back, but it comes down to like H2K actually making a mistake, and you don't want to like sit and fake hype it or anything.
Yeah.
Because Odo Amne knows, whenever he's in a side lane, either Jace or Zed is there to kill him. And most likely there's someone else coming as well. So Odo Amne is going to play back.
Yep.
And then the group of 4 with the Corki, Caitlyn, and Malzahar are just so much stronger than Vitality's 4. They are the ones just putting pressure. They're the ones pushing mid lane. They're the ones pushing bot lane. They're the ones getting turrets. And that's why Odo Amne, like his job is sit back, peace out, wait.
Yeah, peace out, use that equalizer when you need to.
And now his team is here, and now he can play aggressive.
All right, the target is NukeTuck. Living Shadow, just used. Instant flash. Equalizer's gonna slow him down. Chain, no flash to lock down NukeTuck, but the silence does. Here comes Jankos. Deathmark goes down, exhaust, instantly killing NukeTuck. Jankos not killed either.
And this is what we talk about. Odo sits back, plays smart, never gets caught. The team comes with the 4 members. And the reason they can do this is because mid lane is always being pushed by H2K. They can always roam first. Odo getting caught.
He is indeed. Chain of Corruption locks him down, but Vitality, they're out of support. Defensive flash from Steelback, and the exhaust slows down Febevin. Joko's running in. He's ghosting and Ragnarocking. Hachani and Joko looking for more. Cabo's got the double, the triple. That's the quadra. Looking for a pentakill.
Get it!
Continues to chase. Odo one
No, he has no
shoots
mana.
out the Electro Harpoons, and Cabo cannot get the penta.
Almost, but man, Vitality finally find a team fight. But this again comes down to H2K overstepping right here. They already got what they wanted. Easy kill, get some damage on turret. And then suddenly, almost a classic by now. H2K are like, hey, let's keep fighting, let's just keep chasing. And damn, we just overextended. Let's see it again. So you have the 1 kill. Odo has no ulti, and yet he's trying to like scare them off with the flank. And they end up just fighting between 2 towers here. Very quickly. Good arrow from Steelback. Great shock blast from Carboshard. Damn. Game is still alive. However, it was a setback.
Game is alive.
It was a setback.
If Caboshard says it's alive. First quadra kill of the spring split officiate.
Like from him or from anyone?
I mean, anyone.
Wow.
I will confirm that. It was a stats whisper in my ear. Let's take a look if NukeTuck's going to be in trouble. Nether Grasp. Actually looked like it was cancelled. Now Jankos continue to chase down NukeTuck. So much damage. Jankos is the one that picks it up, though.
3rd time Jankos is down on like the last 5%, and he just refuses to die, and he taunts everyone.
Yes, confirming Deficio. Sweet whispers from our stats team. It is the first of the splits in Europe.
Yeah, we're not allowed to name them anymore, just the stats team.
That's it. There's more than one.
Exactly.
It multiplied.
It all started with Spellsy and is now expanded.
You just said we're not allowed to name them, and then you name one.
I just said it started with him. It's no longer just him.
Well, props to Spellsy, Connie, and Ica, because the 3 of them are our stats team. High five, guys. All right, Vitality, 3,000 gold behind still. It's all on Caboshard with those 4 kills. And if he can get some shock blasts, I mean, that's the game changer, isn't it?
Yeah, but it is. I agree, 100%. Like, great comment, you know, land some shock blast. That's basically how you play Jace. But the problem is still, while Caboshard is playing like a beast, and he's able to try, or he's trying to win the game here. Now the Baron is alive. All the outer turrets are gone. H2K are gonna get control over Baron, and they will eventually just start like a fight around it. They're gonna threaten it, they're gonna poke, and then Caboshard has to leave his lane. And I'm not sure he's going to get another quadra kill.
But there is an inherent risk in that. H2K need to have absolute vision control. It is a Varus Jace that they have to deal with, poke-wise. They can't allow themselves any time. So clearing out the wards.
But keep in mind that Jace most of the time is not there with the team. Like, he joins and he tries to all in the fight. It is rare Caboshard is sitting and poking with the guys. Early on, at least, when H2K is setting up. He comes in a little bit later. NukeTuck is also the man we are looking at. Never count Zed out. Like, he's still sitting in the side lane. He will get a second item soon. He will have enough damage because levels is the key thing for him. Getting rank 3 ult is so huge for Zed. Once he has that, he's still a massive threat to all the squishies. It's still 5 squishies on H2K's side.
It is indeed. Deathmark is down onto Odo Wamne. Full combination, shadow slashes and shurikens, but NukeTuck just can't make enough damage to burn through Odo, who's getting closer to that hourglass. One of the hard counters to Deathmark.
Probably the hardest counter right now. QSS no longer works. Sad day for all AD carries, and the start of the downfall of a lot of solo queue AD carries. When it became so much harder to stay alive against certain assassins.
Many assassins these days.
Yeah, a lot of assassins. I want to see some talent soon as well. Like, lethality has been buffed. Problem is, he's just like, he's such a snowball pick, and he's so used to sit behind.
If anybody were to play, like, do you figure NukeTuck could be one of those guys?
I think NukeTuck could definitely be one of them. He played Quinn last year.
Oh, I'd love to see talent. Parkour on the map. And the options, like, the possibilities. Maybe. We can dream.
Maybe.
We can dream.
Yeah, I think Zed is step 1.
Yeah.
Because squishy comms, he's really strong against, or
More
he
versatile.
can be really strong. Yes, a little bit more versatile. He's on top side right now, but this is going to be a gank from H2K.
Special delivery! Everman's coming in. Nukeduck's now running for his life. He wants to get the tower. Not gonna get the chance. It's Nuclear that gets the kill, though.
So, Capuchon sitting bot lane will have TP in just a few seconds. What you can do as H2K is push out this top lane and try and force that Jace teleport to make Capuchon even weaker as a side lane split pusher. Top lane tower should be the goal. They're pushing for it right now. And just holding it, because there's a long way to this tower in the bot lane for Capuchon. He's running up now. Want to save teleport.
What a risk involved. To caught a quick glimpse there. Nukeduck still down 50, 60 CS. It equates to nearly 2 and a bit thousand gold. Odoamne starting to overheat, but it's Cabo that wins the 1v1. Chain of the Corruption is spreading, slowing H2K. Not enough though, because Yankos just leaps over everyone. Gets the tower, gets the kill, and H2K lose Odoamne.
So we talked about the Jace getting further into the game against the Rumble, how strong it can be for Capuchon. He's utilizing it. We'll get this bot lane tower as well. And he really is the saving grace. Nukeduck!
He's dead already. Just gets chunked down. Death push from H2K.
He even had the Ghost Blade on. Oh, maybe it was the Whimsy.
Does that open Baron, or is it still too risky?
Well, Yangas is very low, so that is risky. Joker is around with Smite. TP from Cabo. This is very... HK should not start it. They should just look for a fight.
They are indeed. Leap over onto Joko. Ace in the hole comes down. Shock Blast is good, but Febby and Nuclear use their displacement to get over the wall. All right, so teleport blown from Cabochard. Odo's is down, but there'll be a window of opportunity where it is available for Odoamne.
Yeah, it's really good for H2K.
Yeah.
Because now you have that free setup where you get TP, they do not.
And Cabo has to stick with the team this time round.
More or less, because whoever goes bot lane will not be able to join from Vitality. And again, what should have been this 1-3-1, we have control in 3 lanes, we pressure you down, never happened in this game. This time around, Hachani is calling for Nukeduck to face check instead. Smart change. Very smart change. Nukeduck flies into that brush, dies instantly. Now realizes never follow Hachani's calls. And he goes down.
Team rule. Walk the opposite direction. Fortunately, was not the case this time around. So it's 25 minutes in. H2K have not extended their lead an excessive amount, but they haven't needed to. They've been in absolute control, and they've maintained presence in the top quadrants.
Yeah, and like 2 things to that. Like, one, let's respect the mid-game of Vitality with Jace and Zed. But also, Baron had to spawn, and you had to be strong enough to actually do the Baron.
Yeah.
So like, everything very often slows down when the outer turrets are gone. You're too weak to take Baron, so you have to kind of wait another 5, 6, 7 minutes before you can do it. And that's kind of what they've been doing now. Another face check, Hachani's calling for it.
Who's the target? Hachani, Equalizer burns down. Chain of Corruption coming out. Yankos actually leaps over the spread. Deathmark coming in from Nukeduck, but he's shut down where he stands. The pop doesn't get a kill, but maybe the accelerated shock blasts will. Cabo's come up with red buff. Remember, he doesn't have teleport available. There's a 5-on-3 and H2K very low.
Odo used ulti. People will take a lot of damage from Baron. Remember, the Voidlings do not properly tank it. They will start hitting the champions right after. Kill these like small friends, get one-shotted.
Vitality are nowhere near.
Joko, where are you going?
And there's so much vision.
I used one's vision, fine. Yeah, he knew he couldn't steal it. He's like, you know what? Let's get a ward down, see if we can steal a camp, and then get away.
No flash, no ghost, no ultimate.
Yeah, it's fine.
No options for Joko.
No, and we kind of set this up, you know, H2K, TP advantage, set up around Baron, force Vitality to fight. This is exactly what they're doing. Really good setup by H2K. And nothing, again, a split pusher comp can do at this point. Like, just nothing. There really is nothing.
Yeah, unfortunate for Vitality. And that goes back to sort of, not necessarily the draft, but just how the opening levels played out.
Yeah, opening levels, and there is always a lot of risk in playing these pure split pushing comps. It's something we talked about yesterday, and Joker was still bot lane, by the way.
My words. Just burned down. Yankos was sniffing around Cabochard, but unable to find the kill.
But it's the thing we talked about like yesterday in the analyst desk, in post-game lobby as well, is like this play simple to execute compositions versus the very hard to execute comps like split pushers, but the reward can be very high as well. Corky compositions tend to be fairly easy to play, where pure split pushing 1-3-1 comps tend to be very hard to play. And Vitality showed this in this game. Yes, they draft the composition, the Z made sense against 5 squishies, but you fall behind them, especially against like a Corgi comp, and there's just like so little you can do.
Yeah, really no options for Vitality. It took H2K overstepping for Cabo to get the Quadra.
Yes, and then asked me like,
H2K
what's the way
mistake.
back? It's like, well, I guess H2K overstepping, but that's it.
All right, Feberbin uses the Valk in, and then Valk's out. Realizing he bit off a little more than he could chew. Equalizer's available for Odo 1. They look at the burn damage onto Hachani and Nukeduck. They're forced away from the tower. Equalizer down on the back end, and Odo gets the kill, locked down onto Cabo. He's able to flash away for a few seconds before Febby shuts him down with the rocket. And now H2K turn their attention to the Nexus. It's nearly 30 minutes, and this has been such a one-sided game. H2K take the first Nexus turret, take the second Nexus turret. Look at the player cams. It's all business. It's all focus. Yankos is a machine. There is no emotion in H2K even up the series.
H2K, they're angry after losing that first game. Coming in this one and just stomping Vitality. Vitality rolled the dice on the 1-3-1. Tried it in the last game, it worked. Tried it this game, and against the Corgi, and especially the very fit Kha'Zix, a very different story. I really like the adaptation for mid lane pick. I think Corgi with the package can have way more impact around the map than Victor.
Yeah.
And I think also just H2K securing the Caitlyn over the Ezreal was another important factor, because they won the 2v2 lane this time around.
Yeah.
They lost it in the last game. They lost it to Achani and Steelback, who is one of the, honestly...
I mean, do you not think the Malzahar as well has an element to do with that? Because maybe without Malzahar, Steelback doesn't go first item QSS at 8 minutes?
Yeah, but again,
yeah.
Why do you go first item QSS? You have Lulu right next to you. What's the point then in playing the Lulu?
Yeah,
the thing,
exactly.
The thing for H2K and what they will 100% realize, probably already knew coming into this, was that if they just play like at least a 50-50 2v2 lane, bot lane, they should win it. Just because Steelback and Achani right now really do not have a whole lot of synergy together.
Yeah. They're not on the same page.
They're just simply not on the same page. So as long as there's no Ezreal, H2K's bot lane are going to do fine.
Yeah, they look pretty good. I mean, game one was a different story, but this time around, Vitality as a team bounced back like 29 minutes and 20 seconds. They absolutely destroyed Vitality.
Completely. Super stomp. 1-3-1 comp falling behind, as we said in game, 500 times. Useless. Like, it gets almost impossible for you to do anything, because if you go split push, they push up mid 4 members, and you're like, all right, I'm not split pushing anymore.
So Vitality have side choice now going into game 3. We anticipate they're going to go blue side.
They have to take blue side, 100%.
They have to go blue side.
Yes.
This means Ivern over Kha'Zix again. Is this a question? Do they think about it?
It's more the fact that you want to have the 3 bans that are locked almost by H2K.
Yes.
So that things like Ivern will be open.
Yeah.
Because if H2K is blue side again, they ban Ryze, they ban Ivern, and that's the 2 best picks right now for Vitality out of the window.
And I mean, game 1, it was a Varus first pick for Steelback that ended up really helping them, and we need to see what they decide to prioritize the next game. Before that, we are at 1 game apiece between H2K and Vitality. So how did it happen? Analyst Desk, H2K, they smashed Vitality.
Thank you very much, Quickshot. Interesting game for sure, and the first thing that I want to bring up here is obviously there were some moments where it felt like Vitality were coming back, but for the most part, H2K dominating. However, the thing that stood out to me is this is the second Zed that we've now seen, and it has not looked good. I'm curious what your guys' thoughts are on the Zed pick. Can it work? Was it an execution thing? Let's talk about it.
Well, I think it's difficult to just make Zed work in general, because both times you've seen it against Corki. Now Corki tends to run exhaust, that makes it survivable against Zed. In this game, he played into Malzahar, which was difficult. Red Smite, as we saw, was difficult. QSS can be built, so like it's very difficult to execute Zed. He's very good in 1-3-1 comps, and I think if they had a Shen, like Fnatic did, it would have been better. But otherwise, I think it's a bit questionable.
I think we saw some kind of big hiccups coming in the Vitality early game once again. You know, we're not going to dig on Hachani anymore, but obviously some small mistakes there. But was there really any point where you felt like Vitality could come back in this game once they got behind?
I think there was a fairly obvious moment where you're thinking, okay, it looks like Cabochard is starting to build himself a platform that maybe this Jace can go unstoppable on. He can get in front of towers, have that side lane, and it was after the quadra kill that really showed itself up. And we are going to take another look back at it. You can see H2K on your screens, obviously going over the game plan. Didn't really account for this quadra kill that came back out, but it was a big overstep from H2K, and we saw Jace from you, Alpha, maybe you want to have a look. Take us through this quadra and see what it is that Cabochard is doing and punishing H2K on.
Well, it just starts off with H2K getting a pick onto Nukeduck. Like, he hasn't got QSS like Steelback has, so they just managed to mouse ulti him, and they chase forwards, but teleport behind, they disrespect Jace TP. And you can see the poke from Varus and Jace coming together with like the Olaf access to chase, and he just ends up going really badly to H2K, overextending, disrespecting teleport, and they get cleaned up.
It feels like one of the things that we often underappreciate or we don't see as much with Jace in competitive is the potential for him to kind of clean up in team fights. So often he's that poke pick, he's that split pusher, but here I feel like Cabo did pretty well on the Jace. Do you expect to see that in his hands again as we move towards the next game?
I believe Vitality will choose blue side, so it's a possibility. They can always first pick it. So I hope so. I think his Jace looked really strong, and it wins almost every top lane matchup. So I want to see them play more on Cabochard because he does look like he's on form right now.
I also wouldn't be surprised, though, that if Vitality don't first pick the Jace, that H2K might just first rotation Jace because they can flex it with between mid and top buff.
I think if they do pick blue side for Vitality, first pick Varus again. First item maybe might be a little bit different because...
Yeah, we bring that up. I think we talked about it. Let's hit on it quickly. Steelback loves this. Steelback loves this QSS. I'm a fan of being safe in lane, don't get me wrong, but I have never in my life built a quick Salver Sash first. So we talked a little bit, as I said, the thought process there. What is the thought process behind this QSS first?
I mean, the thought process is like to not die. That's the only thought process there is. It's not to win lane. It's not to win the game. It's just don't die, preserve my KDA. Like the only way he can get earlier QSS is by like building the null magic mantle instead of Dawn's Blade's first item. So it actually makes no sense. I don't understand it at all.
Someone's going to do that now.
Don't build no magic first time.
I mean, the first time he used QSS was on a Rumble E 26 minutes in the game. I think that speaks enough for like how useless that item was early on.
Yeah, but one thing I do want to bring up is that while Vitality, we're comfortably behind, or not comfortably behind, we're behind for the majority of the game. Definitely not comfortable. The one big defining moment it feels like is that time after time, Jankos makes it out of these 1v1 scenarios. And now keep your eyes on it. That red smite. It's not the first time. You look away, he ticks down, he's got 40 health life. Rinse and repeat for the entirety of this game, and you have to feel bad for Nuke Doug.
Yeah, I mean, you play a snowball pick like Zed, so it's like really disheartening to see. Like, I don't know, it's really unlucky.
Of course, Red Smite comes out here. Not as crucial because he has the team to back him up, but those two instances, maybe those were the two kills. Maybe that was the snowball opportunity for Vitality. Not that they, couldn't have found anything there, not that their other parts of their game couldn't have improved, but really just shout out to Jankos for mitigating the impact of that Zed, even taking risks to go in, but I don't know if it's calculated or blind luck or what it is, but he had Red Smite every time.
It's probably a mix of both, to be honest.
I mean, worked out pretty well overall. But of course, we're going to party portal to the other side of the break, where we'll be bringing you Game 3 between H2K and Vitality. Don't go anywhere. I'm watching you.
Unless you get a gank.
Valkyrie away. Another undertow comes down. Reckless swing. Flash defensive. Featherfit's going low. Vitality get the kill. Rocking. Hachani and Joko looking for more. Cabo's got the double. The triple. That's the quadra. Looking for a pentakill.
Get it.
Continues to chase. Oda one.
No, yes, no
shoots
matter.
out the electro harpoons. And Cabo cannot get the penta.
Like, we can keep doing this, just don't overdive next time.
H2K, take the first Nexus turret, take the second Nexus turret. Look at the player cams. It's all business. It's all focus. Jankos is a machine. There is no emotion, and H2K even up the series.